Hello everyone, my name is Anastasia. I like to cross stitch. I live in Beijing and this is not my face. Haha. Today, unfortunately, we are gonna do this format of talking hands because I just came off work. It's already like kinda super late. If you can see my window, it's pretty dark. Oh, me there. Let's look at her while I'm talking. And this is probably the only day for the last week or so that I can film, and I won't be able to do anything this week. Today's Monday 26th, and the following week before the August is gonna be crazy because at work I'm doing 3 demos in 3 consequent days for parents just to show them what we have learned. Work is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be so dead. And for August, I'm doing arbitrary August. So before I'm gonna vlog my arbitrary August, ooh, that's exciting. I was gonna do a mid-year WIP parade. Okay, yeah, we're doing mid-year WIP parade in July. It's not exactly mid-year, but I kind of forgot about it in June. So, you okay? Are we doing a mid-year WIP parade? No, you don't care? Nah, she doesn't care. It's so hot in Beijing right now. Very hot. It's like awfully hot. So that's why she's kind of naked and she scratches her face a lot. If you can see, she has some scars on her face and her neck. She scratches herself. I don't know why is that, because she's too hot or something. But yeah, my poor baby looks like she's been through the battlefield. Oh, she's excited to see what cross stitch I'm gonna put on. So let's get into the mid-year WIP parade. So let's start from the oldest WIPs and go to the newest. And when we will go to July, I will show you what I've been working on in July. Because the whole month I've had quite some progress to show. Some of the projects are iron, some of the projects are not. So I'm sorry. The oldest ones are not, the July ones are. So I'm sorry, but I'm really tired and late, and basically, if it's not happening today, it's never happening. And I really want to show what I've done this half year. Magpies and... Seriously? Look at that. Okay, we're back. I promised her I will play with her later. Let's see if she remembers it. Magpies and Persipans by Sue Crafts. Let's go faster because I think I've talked about them a lot, and just recently in May I'm doing every year monogamous menu with this piece. So this year I finished the tail, I finished this part, like basically you can see where the part is, and started the whole new section. This year I've done a tremendous progress and I'm so proud of it. I'm sorry if I'm a little tired already because, you know, it's kind of late and it's Monday. It's Monday night after work. So it cannot be good. But Saturday, Sunday were super busy. Sunday was like the whole day going to the vet. Another story. Maybe next time I can share it during my arbitrary August vlogs. Yeah, I will have something to talk about apart from stitching, but today we're doing just the stitching. Focus, Anna, focus. So this project is gonna wait till next year, though I already was contacted and asked if I can share the leftovers of the floss. I was like, yeah, why not? Like, there is a huge amount of floss and I have no idea like if I really need it for myself. So yeah, if someone else wants it, I will share it, but you have to wait basically a year till next May, when I will finally finish this and this. So this project I already stitched this year, but the one number 2 in my oldest ones I haven't stitched this year, I think. No, I think I have. I have stitched to the Sherlock Holmes. I don't remember. The last one I know that I stitched this to. So I still have 3, and these ones is... A monster is running behind my back. God. Monster is running. Yeah. What? What do you want there? No eating plants. She's not fat. She's so not fat. She's just super healthy. Usually we don't have cords on the sofa, just for the light. So whatever. This is my video about stitching, not about you. So, Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, Storytime Sampler, just 3 left, and I think I'm gonna finish it this year. Probably will stitch more on it this fall. Yeah, I have it in plans to finish it. So this is all of it in its glory, and I love it. Project number 3 is gonna be a restart. I was already talking about it in June and it didn't happen in July, so it will be in my rotation for arbitrary August. So we'll see if we'll see if it gets picked by the randomizer, then it will be a new start. And I'm already ordering the fabric for it. So already today I was measuring and counting how much margins I need and what type of linen I want. So yeah, I was looking for on Taobao for the fabric, and it gave me ads for kittens. I was like, come on, don't seduce me, Taobao, don't seduce me. Aaron will hate me for another kitten. Aaron will kill me. So project number 3. Project number 4 is my embroidery, which I still haven't finished, which I haven't worked since last year. This is just drawing on the fabric and embroidery on the drawing based on the artwork of Kate O'Hara Illustrations. I think that's her name. And she gave me permission to basically do it. So I'm doing it. I just redraw her painting and embroidering it. This was also a July plan that never happened, but anyway, July was not one of my busiest months, but apart from like usually I stitch every day or at least like 5 times a week. This time I stitch maybe 10 days a month, in a whole month. So that's why a lot of my plans didn't happen, and others that happened, they had very insignificant amount of progress. But anyway, I'm happy with my July. Happy how I'm going. And doing arbitrary August vlogs. Yay! And so probably we will have a lot to see because I'm gonna stitch a lot. Next project is long dong samplers, forevermore. Since last time I think I worked on this part, but it was not in July. What is wrong with you, baby? Just go somewhere. It was not in July, it was a couple months ago. So I'm not sure if I showed you this, but I finished one of the crowns. There is like basically another crown just the same as it over here. So I would love to stitch more on it. I will try to finish it before 1 year anniversary, because this is actually a like marriage anniversary piece. Well, I didn't have a wedding, but we still have a date. We still have a date that we got married. So it's like marriage anniversary piece, which I want to finish and put on the wall and commemorate forever the date and the picture in my mind, because it says forevermore. So yeah, wonderful. I love the fabric. This is the fabric I dyed myself. I think it's supposed to be 32 count Zweigart linen. Now it's a little less, but anyway, I'm doing just in plain DMC blank. So it's just white, and I'm loving it. It's like gorgeous purplish blue. Right now I think it shows it's a little lighter because it's already night and I'm using an extra light. Next piece is Owl Forest embroidery. I have a kit of it, so it's Owl Forest floss, Owl Forest fabric, Owl Forest pattern, everything is Owl Forest, and I'm loving it. It's my second pattern by them, but first fabric and first floss, and I'm loving the variegation in it. I'm loving the variegation in frogs and leaves, and I still think it's not an arrow but a plunger, though I kind of get it that it's arrow, but it kind of doesn't look like it. So a frog with a pink plunger, and I'm loving it. Okay, the project number 3. Apart from persimmons and this one, everything else will be taking part in Arbiter August. Why this one is by a kit. It is a kit by Meryoshka, a Ukrainian company. The code is Dawn. Why it's not taking part in the Arbitrary August is that I commissioned to turn the paper pattern into e-pattern, electronic version, to a person, to a girl, and she's still working on it. Like, I asked her to do it. I'm paying her, so I commissioned her to do it in June, first days of June. She still didn't finish it, though the main part, like the face of the girl, the sky, and the back of the girl is all done. So basically she needs to finish this corner, and I'm waiting for it. And if she will send me the finished pattern before the end of August, I will include it in the wheel. But right now it's not, because no way in hell I'm spending 4 days, because I will be doing rotation in 4 days, 4 days stitching on paper again. That was enough. That was like 15 days or 18 days of my life just spent on torturing myself stitching from black and white paper. No, sorry. After I tried electronic patterns, I can't go back. One more project, and if you keep count, you're wonderful, because I don't. I will count them at the end. So, and this is Trick or Treat by Lena Lawson. I started during March Madness, and I haven't touched it since. So I will be really happy if it appears in Arbiter August. If it's not, it's gonna be my main piece for Halloween, like dark October stitching or something. So probably this will be finished this year, but I'm not in a hurry. It's small, and I love the fabric. The fabric is hand-dyed fabric from one of the Russian dyers. She's a small one. She has her shop in ВКонтакте. I'm not sure if she has a shop on Instagram, but if you really want this fabric, you can send me a message or send a comment, and I will give you her Instagram and you can talk to her. Or you can ask me and I can talk to her for you, because I know a lot of people just don't want to bother with translators, and it's never like easy to talk to people in different language. Next one was feng shui from Art Stitch. It's one of the designers from collaboration from Art Stitch, but for the love of my life, I have no idea of her name. So it's just from Art Stitch. They have basically it's a group of designers who have a common page on Instagram. And all is left is backstitch, but I kind of didn't get back to it, so it's still like this. And though it's so small, it's like so tiny, like very tiny. So it will be a very quick stitch once I get back to it. So I don't know, maybe it will get picked in August, and then in 4 days I will definitely be able to finish it in 4 days. Maybe even faster. Who knows? So another one. A lot of sews, right? What else can you say instead of sew? I mean, there should be something. Like, this is Romantic Jane by Victoria Ivchenko. It was my birthday start this year. This fabric is a very peachy, it's actually printed fabric. Like this side is white and this side is uneven peachy color. Very cool. Let me do like this. So, as we see, this is just the way she was after my birthday. Her face and the start of her hand and some flowers. I will be working on her at some point this year. I don't know when, but I really want to continue. She is a very enjoyable stitch, but a very big one and kind of complicated with a lot of blends and backstitch and everything. By the way, when I started her, I started my hashtag on Instagram, cross stitch BDSM. Blends don't scare me. So if you have a piece, doesn't matter if it's Russian designers or not, with the blends or backstitch, you're free to join me, and I would love to see all the projects. I love to see my hashtag from time to time. I just scroll over all the different things and they are amazing. Some of the projects I have never seen in my life. Like people are stitching Russian designers whom I haven't heard of, and I'm in love. I really want to try them too. So it's a really cool place to go and take some inspiration, because a lot of projects are kind of difficult. They're not for the beginners, but at the same time they are amazing. So this is Romantic Jane by Victoria Ivchenko. Next one. One of the projects that I'm working on right now is this bag. It was in my plans for July to finish the bag. It didn't happen, mainly because I did not order the right strap, the bag strap for it. I will show you what I did order. This one. And I love it. Basically, it's the right color, but it's so thin. I mean, it's really thin. I will need like 2 of them maybe, and this much. This is too small. This is not even the bag size. So I will need to reorder it, maybe twice as long or 3 times as long, and probably 2 of them to make on 2 sides. And so far I've been looking for something else, but everything else I see on Taobao is not, just doesn't call for this bag, because this bag is kind of like, just have a feeling, you know, like when you do thing and you feel like this will go well with it or this doesn't belong here. So I have this feeling that all the other things do not belong there, and I kind of feel like this kind of golden purplish white strap belong here because it has a golden, it has purple, it has white, and the kitty. So this is my another WIP, and I'm counting it as a WIP. But what did happen in July is that I finished the embellishments on avocado. This was originally like a pencil case, like a very thin, very cheap pencil case. I stitched Avocado by Evgenia Polyaktova on it, and then I sew in inner pocket in here as I can. This fabric is like golden green and this fabric is like white golden, so I think they correspond really well because avocado cannot be on something dark, otherwise you won't see the backstitch. I needed something very light, and I tried to make it a little more fashionable with this strap. Actually, you cannot like hold it like this because it's kind of thin, but when you hold it like this and just walk with it, it looks amazing. Yesterday I already made a trial for it. Actually, like in here it fits a phone, several cards, like subway card or I don't know, some cards, tissues and mask and whatnot, right? Just everything that is kind of thin, so it doesn't give it some extra dimension, but also some lipstick balm and everything. So it fits in here and it looks amazing with it. Just hold it like on the side. Also, I included letter A. This is basically handmade. I commissioned it. I bought it on Taobao. They made me a letter A. This is made of like stones inside. I'm not sure it's plastic or it's acrylic. So it's golden and green just for the bag. I know the colors are not perfectly like come together, but at the same time I really like them together. And when you move, it all like just a lot of sparkle and it looks really fancy. You would never say, when I'm moving with it and when I'm walking, you would never say that it's like a 10 yuan pencil case. You say it's a fancy bag, fancy clutch. So, and I also asked them, like commissioned, to make myself another A because I'm an Anastasia for this bag. So as soon as I will finish this bag, this is also going on it, and it's purple, purple gold. Yeah, so I have a lot of A's. I am an A student. Yay! So we turn to the page on the things that I worked on July. So some of them were not started in July, but some were, and but I put some progress on it in July. On everything. This is the Dogs of Disney Freestyle by ABC Designs. By the way, she has right now Cats of Disney style. Sorry, it's May. She stole my A. Whatever. She can play with it. I'll find it later. Cats of Disney. I probably will be doing Cats of Disney maybe next year after the whole pattern will be released. Plus when I'm finished with Dogs of Disney. because you can see, like, I have 4 right now. The released part is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have another row of 5, so it's 10, and another row, maybe 3 or 4. I think 4. So it's probably 15, 14 to 15. I haven't checked yesterday today, but I think yesterday was just 14. So I'm very behind. I'm very behind, but I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying this piece. It's relatively easy, and it gives some way of creativity, because I see a lot of people change the dogs in the group, and even though I haven't changed the dogs myself, I did change the initial lettering. So these letters I just write on the piece of paper, and then I stitch them as I see them from the paper. I love it. Yeah, it's a little bit like all over the place, and they're a little bit different in every way, but I mean, who cares, right? It's for me. There should be the number 5 dog is for the dog from Coco. They're not so old, like a couple of years ago, maybe. The movie about Mexican El de Muerto, Day of the Dead, something like that. But it's like super colorful, and it's kind of pixelated colorful, so for me, for my aesthetics, it just breaks the whole piece, because these dogs are very realistic. Yeah, Stitch is super realistic, but whatever. That dog is like super colorful, like just blotches of color and everything, like neon color. So I decided to leave it, and I will see. Maybe I can change it into its natural color if I can. If I cannot, maybe I will just choose some other dog, because there are still like a lot of dogs that are not touched with this cell. Like already Fox and the Hound. The Hound is not gonna be in the sampler, in the cell. And when I heard it, I was like, oh my god, that was one of my most favorite cartoons of my childhood. So I'm just like, I have to put the Hound there or something like this. So I will see if I should do this, or my husband said about Scooby-Doo. I know Scooby-Doo is not Disney, but it's kind of like same for me. Whatever, I love Scooby-Doo. So we will see like what goes, because some other dogs, like, there is also another dog that I'm not in love with, and I know like Abby is doing an amazing job, but just some little parts when people change the dogs, like for example Percy, it was charted a little bit differently, and this is the way that one of the people in the group recharted it, so I just did it. It looks so much better than the original design, so maybe I'm gonna see if someone else charts something and just steal the idea, or I will have to rechart it myself, because as far as I love this cell, I need to love every piece of it, right? Because it's gonna be mine, so I need to love every piece. If I'm not loving something, I'm not doing it. So next time I will be starting with Nana, the Peter Pan dog. Not a Peter Pan dog, but the dog from the movie about Peter Pan. Here. This one will be free for now. Yeah, but I did Percy, so that's amazing. Okay, also in July, I'm also taking part in cross stitch camp from Colorado Stitcher, and my new start for July was Plum Street Samplers rack stack, and my rack stack is almost the same size as the picture, because it's on a very small fabric. It's like tiny. Just to compare, I have a bobbin here, and the bobbin is basically half of the designs, because Mommy Dear doesn't have baby deer there. There's like just berries and that's it. The baby deer will live here. So it's not like, it's 2/3 done, or maybe even 3/4. It's probably 3/4 done already. So it's very small. It's very tiny. That's why it takes me so long, but I'm loving it. Also, I'm using a lot of variegated floss here, which I'm gonna show. I bought some Japanese floss, especially for this project. I was going to do berries in this, daddy deer in this, and mommy deer in this, because you see, the mommy deer was supposed to be light gray and daddy is dark gray. And then I was like, why with gray mommy and daddy there is a brown baby? I know it's kind of like, I know it's probably nature and all the babies are brown no matter what, and when they grow up they probably go darker, but it just didn't make sense for me as a person. So I decided to make mommy brown too, so kind of like the baby takes after the mommy and the daddy is the odd one out. But it happens sometimes when the kids take more for after one of the parents. So mommy is gonna be brown, and for mommy I'm using DMC, this one 105, and I'm cutting out all the light ones and just doing the darker parts. And I was doing it in a circle, so mommy has a very even variegation. But for daddy, I was using this Japanese floss, because if mommy is not gray, so the daddy don't need to be blue. So he just got the gray one. And my biggest mistake is that this floss is embroidery floss. It's not cross-stitch floss. So basically, when you stitch with it, it does not separate. It does separate, but it should not. And I'm stitching 1/2 on tiniest fabric ever for me. I don't know, it's like 40 or 56 count. It's like uneven embroidery fabric. So it's very tiny holes. You cannot see it. I cannot see it without like special lamp or something. That's why it goes so slow. And this floss cannot be separated, because when you separate, it starts fraying. It starts ripping. See? I didn't pull even that strong. Yeah, I did pull, but not super strong or something. And when you stitch, it kind of breaks over the needle eye. So yeah, it was a nightmare, and that's why the variegation is so strong, because like every 5-10 stitches I have to change the piece of thread because it ripped. And I secured it perfectly, like it will not move, not get out or anything, but it still looks like dad has some disease. I don't know, but I'm loving it, whatever. For the berries, I was using gamma threads. They are Russian threads, and I was using this reddish pink, but kind of like I tried to cut a long piece for the variegation, and this much it didn't have any, and it didn't make sense for me like to unwrap the whole thing just to find the piece with reddish pinks in the middle or something. So I just did all the berries in red. For greens, I'm using this piece, this fabric floss. It's amazing. It's very beautiful. It's from a Russian, very small dyer. She has her personal group in Vkontakte and just a page on Instagram, but she doesn't have her works on Instagram. And she's called like drawing on the canvas or something, like in Russian. And so someone asked me about her, but I doubt that it's gonna worth it to order from her, but I think maybe if you make a big order from her, because she's also dyeing fabrics and floss, and she can do like the orders, because I order from her the fabrics for the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Storytime Sampler Cell. That one I ordered from her, and she dyed the fabric perfectly. With it, I also ordered like 12 floss like this, and I for the frames, and I still have a lot of that, and they are all beautiful. Maybe sometime I can show them. And for baby deer, I'm thinking of using this yellowish brown DMC 111. Though I will be maybe not touching the lightest yellow, but just choosing this honey brown and the dark brown, so it go well with the mommy deer, but at the same time it will be more softer, more yellowish, I think, not so dark. I will see. Actually, I'm gonna play with it, so why not? This is for the snow. It's also gamma. It's not exactly like white, but it's like cold grayish white. And this is for their ears, and basically it's like, I think this is the white thread I dyed in tea, so it's not silver white, it's like a very creamy ecru or something. So this is what I'm using for their ears and everything that needs some creamy color. For the bells in their necklace and everything. Oh, the black one. For the horns, I'm just using the DMC 53, and this gives me a beautiful border, though it has some too light white gray, which I started to do here and I didn't really like it, so I cut it out and just save it for the next time. And I will be using only the darkest parts of it. I'm planning to finish it this month, because this is the July project and I need to finish it before the end of July. I still have roughly 4 days, so if I take it to work, even with my demo classes and Chinese classes and everything else, I think I can finish it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna focus on it, because I would hate to lose it. So apart from starting new projects, I was also working on some other WIPs. This was one of the starts of the beginning of this year. This is the Winter Bears by Owl Forest Embroidery. That's their freebie. If you haven't seen it, go and download it, because it's free and it's amazing. I think it's very Slavic, folklorish Russian style, but at the same time it's just amazing. You can say it's Nordic. Why not? I mean, everyone have these sweaters. So this month I finally finished the teddy bear, all of the flowers, and the 2 borders of the snowflakes. So as soon as this month I was done with the teddy bear and the borders, I found a perfect stopping point. So it was like how Michelle Bandy says, and enough, finish for now, FFFFFN, whatever. Can we stop just making up so many acronyms and just start using normal language? I'm not against the acronyms, it's just like really too much. It starts like not for a hobby, but just like creating your own dictionary. Aww. I'm sorry, for a non-native speaker, it's really difficult to remember everything. So, not criticizing anyone. Love Michelle Bundy. What's left? Another mummy is left, and the row of fir trees, Christmas trees in down there. I'm stitching this with Chinese embroidery floss. So actually this is like 1/2 on 28 count, so it's like one thread of floss, and it gives amazing coverage because this floss actually consists of like maybe 4 smaller ones, and they are not separable. It's like the same thing like this, because otherwise they will rip apart. They will fall apart. One more thing I did start this month, because I was doing like Christmas in July, Jolly July, and I'm proud to say that this month I did like maybe 80% of the things that I wanted to do. I finished one of the bags, I started 2 things, I worked on 2 more projects, I worked on my cells, I worked on a model stitch. I actually touched a lot of things, so I'm happy. I started the wreath. This is Fruzilok, a Ukrainian company that are making the cross-stitch pieces on the wooden bases. Their kits are amazing. They contain everything. If you want to see like unpacking of their kit, just hit me up. I'm gonna film it in an instant because I love it. Yeah, they're not cheap for me, and they do include maybe a little too much things. If they would not include so much, it could be a little cheaper, but they're doing a really good job. Like, comparing to other companies, they really care about their customers. And I started stitching from the pattern, which is here, like they have the color key and pattern inside. But after a couple of days, I was like, wait, I can hit them up and ask for the electronic pattern, and they didn't send it to me. So they now have electronic patterns as well. And this was my tiniest start of the bow. The yellow is actually like DMC Etoile, so it has some sparkles. You do see that it is sparkly, kinda. Yeah, okay, whatever. You will have to believe me. So I started it, and this was maybe 1 day of work, something like that. I'm dying to stitch more of it. By the way, last time I asked everyone to vote on what cross-stitch pieces I should start next month, like July, and all votes were even. I had like at least 5 or 6 pieces to choose from with my WIPs and new starts. All votes were even, like 2 or 3 votes for each. So there was not even one winner. So I had to choose myself, and it was a hell of a choice. Another WIP that I worked on, let me move this because this is a very see-through piece. This is a very see-through linen, like, yeah, you can see. This is 25 count Zweigart linen in like raw linen color or something, and I did 1200 stitches on it this month, maybe. Yeah. So I was working on the dogs. Basically all the dogs are new. Browns, whites, a little yellow, and I think all this teal color is new. Like, I finished the teal color in the tree and the presents. I mean, this just shade of teal. There are 2 more. So I finished these dogs, and I need more of this 3823. I ordered it, and today I got the package with a floss. Had to order this much floss. That's all I needed for everything, but this is the most needful. So because this project actually has a lot of blends with this color, it has a lot of stitches with this color. Like, this is the most used color in the whole piece, and at least 2 or 3 blends with it. So it didn't make sense to eliminate like the colors that only have 50 or 30 stitches in them in the Christmas tree and presents, and leave out the color that has at least 700 stitches. So I ordered it, and that was my progress. Love it, but I want to finish it. Proud to say we only have 1 more project left. So after this, I'm gonna count how many I have. This is a model stitch for my friend from Instagram. She draws, and she makes cross stitch patterns from her own drawings. And this was one of her patterns, a rainbow cat. Okay, last time I just showed you like a little blob of gray. Now it's kind of like all of this color, and I started next color because there is another darker gray will go all the way around. Yeah, I didn't do as much progress on it. I think I worked on it like 1 or 2 days only, and not too much, just only maybe my lunch times. But at the same time, I did touch it, and I finished 1 color. I'm happy with it, and in my arbitrary August, it's gonna go whenever I can, even without the order. So these are my projects. Let's count them. Spinning wheel will have at least 17 positions. I will make 1 place as a random one, like which I will choose. 1 place will be for sewing, and some places will be for new starts. At least 1 or 2 new starts, because I still need to do August project for Colorado Stitcher, and some more, because I'm not really satisfied with the amount of stitching I did in July, so I'm gonna catch up on that during arbitrary August. So this was my WIP parade, and that's way more than was last year. I think last year it was 11. Now it's much more, and I'm so happy. I kind of don't feel like finishing, like my goal is finishing this year. Like last year, I was mostly into like stitching and finishing as much as I can, at least 2 pieces every month. So by the end of the year, I had like 32 or 33 finished pieces. This year, I was like, do I need as many? Do I really need so many finishes? Or I can just start bigger projects and put more love in them. I don't know, but priorities. So this year, I think I'm not rushing into finishing, and I'm not rushing into, though I still have a lot, but I'm not rushing into smaller projects. So that's why I have some really bigger ones there, small ones too, but generally this year I started bigger ones. So I'm enjoying myself more. So thank you so much for watching my WIP parade. Sorry that I'm not facing you today. I will be during our next time. And hope you enjoyed it. Happy stitching, and bye bye.